Hi everyone, and welcome to channel IRS. This is week number 4 of my record 90 SP3, where I'm trying to beat Fernando Alonso at Daytona Sandown Park Circuit with their go-kart D-Max, and his lap time is 45.5. Right, I'll tell you one funny story. This is the end of the day now. It's nearly end of the day. I've been filming everything, every interview, every race, everything. I've been filming everything, and last week I bought a new storage card for my camera. So luckily, for some reason, I decided that I want to check. What I have on my memory card. I want to check the footage and everything. So I put my memory card into the mobile phone, and zero files there. Guys, I've been so frustrated. I've been so angry. You're filming it, you trying to do your best, and you just get frustration, Okay, so now we're gonna delete everything like a zero. Nothing happened. Like we're beginning from beginning. Sounds crazy, but it's true. And today I am at the SuperOneSeries. This is the very famous go-kart championship. It's a lot of categories there. Categories like wow, sorry, you have to see that. When I've been coming first time to the circuit, I've been using different path, but the circuit is just over there. Well, okay, let's go and let's try it. Oh my god. Wow. That's funny. That's a good fun. That's a good practice before the race. Wow! Interesting. Racing drivers know about this bridge. You know what is this? Look. It's I think it's a glory path. It's called something like this, isn't it? We might practice here. Definitely. Okay, so let's come back to the championship. So here I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Right now I'm at Wilton Mill Circuit, and why I'm coming this way from nowhere, because the car park at Wilton Mill is fully packed with the racing tents, with the cars of the people who are organizing event, who involved in the teams, and so the car park is full, and all the spectators, they have to go a little bit on a side road, and they have to park their cars there. So that's why I'm coming to the circuit this interesting route. So SuperOneSeries, this is the series which is very famous in Britain, and it has a different type of go-kart, different categories. So the categories like Senior X30, like a Senior Rotax, like Junior Rotax, Mini Rotax, Mini Max, and Honda Cadet, Junior X30, and it have some other classes, but I don't remember them now. But for us today is important and what I'm going to concentrate on is Rotax, Senior Rotax 125cc. So now I'm going to go there again, and I'm going to pretend like I'm doing it first time, and I'm going to take interviews. And I'm going to say, hiya. And I'm going to take as much as possible information about Senior Rotax engines, because we need that information. So I'm going to walk around, I'm going to show you everything what's happening here, how everything organized, how it's happening, and at the same time I'm going to take information from teams, from organizers, from the people who want to talk to me, who want to share information, to that people we're going to talk. Let's go.
It can be easy, holding fast to our dreams. City to city, moving at the same speed. Beauty is skin deep, looking for the in-between. It doesn't take just anything to bring out the extreme. We leave to keep score. For us it's run and go. For us it's all we know. It's run and go. We think ahead out of force out. We run and go. For us it's in our bones. It's run and go. We leave to keep score. For us it's run and go. For us it's all we know. It's run and go. We think ahead out of force out. We run and go. For us it's in our bones. It's run and go. It's running. It's running. It's running.
Excuse me, can you tell me what is all this procedure about?
The tyres are in part firme because then it's like people can't do like stuff to the tyres, so it's like fair for everyone. So they keep the tyres in there and you bolt them on in here. So
Every time when you're going to race, you have to come here
and put the tyres on.
and put the tyres
and then
on.
you have to take them off, put them back in before you leave.
So when you get back into the pit lane, you have to take them off and leave it.
Yeah.
What is the reason?
Because then people can't do anything to the tyres, like treat them or make sure it's fair.
So was the situations where someone was?
There is stuff you can buy which makes more grip based than the tyres. So by doing this, it makes it a level playing field.
And dry and wet tires.
Yep.
So you like
when you buy them, you have to buy a new set each time, wets and slicks, and they stay in there, and you can't get them out.
So you can't even just drive them for 3 laps to make them more grippy. You have to use them completely new.
Yep.
eventually recovering to 21st place. But the damage for Turner was a lot more extensive at the start. Well, that's the first set of finals done. Of course, we now go into...
Right, guys, so right now I am inside of the pavilion of GAG Engineering.
That's correct, yeah. JAG.
And just next to me, can you remind me your name?
George Robinson.
George Robinson. George, first of all, tell me a little bit about your company, and you are the main dealer of Rotax engines.
That's correct. Yeah, JAG Engineering is the sole UK distributor for Rotax Max engines. The Rotax Max engine has been in production for 20 years and has been the most successful engine worldwide in that period. It's a 125cc self-start engine with a clutch, single cylinder, two-stroke, water-cooled, and extremely reliable.
So when you're saying extremely reliable, for how long you can run that engine before you rebuild it?
Well, normally the engine was introduced as a leisure product, and in leisure use the recommended build time is 50 hours.
50.
Which is probably 10 times greater than a lot of contemporary two-stroke engines, if not more. However, in racing, like we're here today at the second round of the National Championships, I would say 25 hours would be a reasonable service interval.
25 hours is still good enough.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say if we do the championship, so how many races we can do in 25 hours?
Normally, don't forget that this is a big race meeting for championship drivers.
Yep.
And here, over the course of 2 days, they'd probably do just over an hour of driving.
In 2 days.
And the same would go for most club level races, where you'd get 3 heats and a final on a Sunday. But a lot of clubs will also run a practice day on a Saturday, and where people that don't race can also go and enjoy their karting. And this engine's equally suitable for them as well. So, maybe as many as 20-25 race meetings.
20-25 race meetings? Yes. Oh, that's a lot.
Yes, that could be even 2 years. But we would normally, I also am a service centre for Rotax Max engines, and we would normally recommend an annual service or 25 hours.
25 hours annual service. And if you go over the 25 hours, the reason why I'm going to ask this question, because I do my project with the copper cards at Daytona. They use D-Max engines as well. Rotax, their go-karts D-Max, and they use Rotax engines.
Yes.
So the question is, if you run over that 25 hours, is the engine still going to be competitive?
It should be. Normally speaking, it's the external components that may cause it to lose its competitive edge. Maybe the exhaust system needs to be serviced. That should be done every 10 hours. Maybe the carburetor should be serviced. The carburetor should always have a filter in the line, but if anything dirt gets into the carburetor, then that can compromise the performance or the reliability. So you have to keep it in good condition, and also the electrical components, they always need to be kept clean and dry, and battery kept in good condition. This is just good housekeeping. But internally the engine shouldn't really deteriorate during the course of that time.
And I think because they are copper cars, so I think their engines is a bit more for copper cars. They can run for longer hours.
Oh, I believe, I'm not sure you can quote me, but I'll quote you in front of the camera. I think that Daytona run their engines for in excess of 200 hours between rebuilds.
And it's okay?
Yeah, they don't have failures.
So actually, when the customer is saying, because lots of customers saying, oh, the engine was too slow and this and that, so actually the engine can't be slow. It's all depend on the driver, on his
driver, setup of the car. There's so many elements, and it's very easy to blame the engine or the tires, but all these elements come together. You know, there's so many people that spend a lot of money on what they call engines with pedigree because it's a fast engine. There really is very little difference in the engines. If they spend a little bit of their money on having their driver training and getting their driver fitness to a higher standard, they'd get much better return on their investment.
yeah, because lots of drivers they buying nice and shiny overalls rather than
learning to drive.
Exactly. Yeah, that is true. So So now I can be 100% sure that this is not engine, this is my driving style. That's why I'm slower.
But keep doing it. You know, if you do more, you get better. The same as anybody in any sport. If you talk to somebody that plays snooker, what does he do? He plays snooker. What do you do? A tennis player, a golfer, they go playing golf or tennis. They don't do other things. The people that are really good do lots of it.
Agreed. And one more question. What is the driving style for these engines? I mean, do you have to be aggressive with the throttle or smooth with the throttle? Smooth.
Smooth with the steering, smooth with the brake, smooth with the throttle.
And today here we are at SuperOneSeries Championship. The different chassis, that means different driving style. So
yes, that's true. There is a predominant brand of chassis that people use, and you know, really, that's because it's a very well-made chassis, but it also is suited to the tyres and suited to the power delivery of the Rotax engine. And no disrespect to a lot of the drivers here, but there's 140 something drivers in the Super One in Rotax this weekend. I'm maybe being unkind, but maybe only 30 of them are really good drivers.
30 out of 170.
I'm afraid I think that's probably true.
Wow.
Wow. And the kart is very easy to drive, and that makes it easier for the not so good driver.
So actually, Rotax engine are good with any type of chassis.
Yeah. Yes, the tyre is more important. The tyre and the chassis is more important. And we are also producers of our own brand of tyre for the Rotax classes, and we are working hard on making that tyre more user friendly and more modern, so that it is more suited to today's market.
It's running.
Right guys, so this is it. This is end of the race, end of the, I think, oh yeah, it was a final 1 and final 2, and everyone there packing away, and they're preparing themselves to go home. So today we had a quite interesting interview. Also I had one more interview with Steve Ogden Engineering. They deal with the Rotax engines as well. Unfortunately, because of my broken memory card, I can't show it to you guys, but he said me exactly the same, that even if the engine run after his servicing hours, after 25 hours, you still can be competitive. So, you know, I think at this point, at this championship, I'm gonna close the theme about engines. because we all now understand that the engine, it's a very of course it's a big percentage for winning, but it's still down to you as a driver. Are you gonna win or are you gonna lose? We have really enough information about engines, more than, I would say even more than enough, because we filmed not only about Rotax engines, we filmed about different type of engines, you know. This is where we're gonna stop talking about engines and we're gonna move forward, because we still have another 3 weeks. I still have another 3 weeks to beat Fernando Alonso. What can I tell you about this championship, about SuperOneSeries? I can tell you, here there is no limits. Here there is no feelings. No one gonna say you how good you are. You know, if you lose, you lose. No one gonna say you are, listen mate, next time will be better. No, you're not gonna hear it here. It's these people, they are they playing F1 game, you know. They are behaving like a Formula 1 drivers, exactly the same, you know. And if you're ready to fight, and when I'm saying fight, I mean it's gonna be real war on the track, out of the track. Of course there is a friendship here. Of course there is a people who are friends here, drivers in the different teams, they are friends here. But still, if you want to win, this is gonna be hard and tough, and you have to be prepared to fight. These competitions, this is where the drivers moving into the next level, into the Formula 3, Formula 4, and then into the Formula 1 or IndyCars or anywhere else, you know. So I would say that psychologically here it's seriously very hard. You have to be prepared for this type of racing. You have to be strong physically, psychologically, and you have to be strong, I would say. Your brains have to be strong. Your brains has to be prepared to carry as much information as possible. And it's not only about racing, it's about everything, physics, tires, chassis, engines, everything, you know. So yeah, you know, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. So yeah, you have to be prepared for that. Oh yes, and see ya.